So I'm not sure if it's the regular law here in Lviv or a new law because of the war, but no alcohol is now allowed on the streets, and these guys are getting in trouble over here. My host I'm staying with told me that a lot of people can either get a ticket, they can get a fine, or they can get arrested and actually sent to the army. So that's a good way to get picked. So the entire city of Lviv has an 11 p.m. curfew. It is 10:30 now, and the officers are starting to come out. It's a mixture of military and police that patrol around the downtown and start telling everybody to pack up, especially the musicians. Well, it is now about 10 to 11, and I decided to push time myself, but I've noticed there's a lot of people still out. And unless all these people live a 10-minute walk away, maybe they're rebellious and they're gonna break the curfew. I'm not quite sure, but there's a lot of people sitting on benches and just hanging out. So because of the war that's going on here in Ukraine, there's a lot of prices that have gone up, obviously, but there's a lot of prices that have also dropped. For example, for the up, it used to be only 5 hryvnia to take a city bus or the tram, and is now 15, so that has tripled. My friend actually that I'm staying with went today to pick up some salmon, a small piece of salmon for dinner, and that came to 500 hryvnia, which is approximately $16 US for a very small piece of salmon. So that has gone way up. But I got a SIM card today, which was 6 gigs of data and 600 calls, and I believe unlimited text within the country, and it was only 100 hryvnia, which is about $3.30 US. So some things are really shooting up and some things are dropping. Another example is the gas prices. Now there's a huge shortage in fuel. A lot of people have actually run out of gas and have just left their cars on the streets. The gas stations have long lineups. Some people are waiting up to 3 hours to get fuel. And the prices have gone way up, obviously, with that. So it's now after midnight, and it's just me and a couple of drunk people in this park, and I'm heading home. So my friend I'm staying with has just got a fresh supply of goodies, some military supplies. He's trying to help out the Ukrainian military with ordering some things, and he just got this fancy drone, and he's got it set up here. Here's the controller, and it goes through these virtual goggles. Receiver still connected. It's super tiny, super light. And this thing not only has the ability to obviously take photos and video, but they can attach things to it if they choose to. And yeah, they can hover over top of things and they can drop things from it, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. So my friend has some video footage here on his laptop of testing this drone. What's the name of the area?
It's Carpathian Mountains.
It's the you can see Carpathian Mountains in the background. And he's doing a test fly with the virtual goggles on. This is what you're seeing from the goggles.
And it failed.
And he crashed it. And he was fired. Never do it again. So this is the same drone, same controller, and same goggles, but this video is from a professional, I guess the best drone pilot in the world. Yeah, this guy's got some skills. Wow. That would make me sick. When I was here 3 years ago, these little yellow buses were only 5 hryvnia, but now because of the war, they've gone up to 15. Time to return to the Lviv train station and see what's going on. These coach buses are going to various places around Ukraine, so it is a busy Tuesday. So one of the volunteers just let me into their supply tent to show me, well, I guess it used to be neat and organized, but now it's just a big hot mess. They have all the clothes on this side, some medical stuff, diapers and children's things on that side, a little bit of food over here, and over here some baby food, and some feminine supplies and things as well. We're using Google Translate to communicate, and he's telling me that they're getting very low on supplies. So I'm hoping I can team up with these guys somehow, and perhaps go in and out of Poland to pick up supplies, or across Ukraine, I'm not sure yet. So he's giving me his boss's phone number, who speaks English, and we're gonna try and hook up and see if we can figure something out. That right there is the Church of St. Ola and Elizabeth. Somebody gave this guy a big bag of meat, or something that looks like meat. There are a lot more stray dogs than there were here last time in Ukraine. I saw a few before, but I think a lot of these dogs are refugees from the east. So I've been to this church many times, the 3 times I visited Ukraine, and they never had these people set up in the front. So I'm not sure if they're refugees from the east or here from Lviv, just trying to survive by selling, well, whatever stuff they have at home. I must say this, it breaks my heart to see these people selling this stuff, just trying to survive. There's one elderly lady standing there with 4 old little Barbie dolls, and she's just sitting there trying to sell those, and it's hard to see. It's a lot of people selling just junk to survive. Ready? Go! Go for it! He wants me to film him. Go ahead! This little guy wants me to film him. Throughout this video you will see a lot of these barricades and a lot of protection around monuments and places of importance. Obviously Ukraine wants to protect its heritage, its culture, and its history, so there's a lot of this around the city. For those who do not know, the largest name in Ukrainian chocolate is Roshen. Well, this church here has the most protection I've seen so far here in downtown Lviv. They have boarded up all of the stained glass windows and also the statues. It's time to show you what is quite possibly my favorite little alleyway here in Lviv.
Так, я тільки прийшов на відділення, чуєш? Типа...
I just found my new favorite store here in Lviv. Let me go show you what I'm talking about. Now, many people don't know this, but I was actually a club DJ since I was 15 years old. And I have a huge record collection at home. And this is a very cool record store. Sometimes you have to go to the old countries and the old cities to find the old stuff. And look, they even have some Harry Potter. We're getting a private sound system test. Now, I know many people love new technology and all the fancy stuff, but believe me, this is how you listen to music. And they got some pretty cool movie soundtracks too. Oh, there we go. Super cool record store. So I'm standing outside the American Embassy here. Some people know it better as McDonald's. And I just found out that this one has been closed. The one in downtown, the main center, has been closed for 3 months since the beginning of the war because of lack of buns. They weren't actually able to get the buns to the border. I'm not sure where they come from, which direction. I don't know if one of the rail systems has been destroyed by Russia, but they're not able to get buns to this location, so it's been closed for 3 months. Now, war is bad enough, but when you stop selling McDonald's hamburgers, that's enough. Seriously, give me a gun. I am slowly working my way uphill to see some lookout views of the city into an area called High Castle. My friend I'm staying with told me the High Castle lookout may be closed because of the war, and I think he's correct. So yes, unfortunately, High Castle Peak, which is the highest part, I believe, in the city, and you can see all of Lviv, is closed. I guess probably a sort of a military strategic thing. One of my favorite churches here in Lviv is St. George's Cathedral, but unfortunately because of the war it is sitting in total darkness. So a lot of the places of interest, the attractions, cathedrals, City Hall, normally are lit up quite nice here in Lviv. By night it can be a very beautiful city. For example, the St. George's Cathedral you just saw, actually or didn't see, normally is lit up with yellow/gold and blue colors representing the flag of Ukraine, but everything is in darkness. Well, I will say this, the East is hurt by this war, but the West is making a lot of money. These restaurants are packed, the streets are full, business is booming, so the West is getting rich.
Żyły radzi Bóg Ukrainu i żyły radzi Bóg Ukrainu swoich i.
So it's Sunday, I'm doing my street project and it's super busy today. It's packed. It's crazy down here. I think one thing I love most about Eastern Europe is all of the underground hidden restaurants and cafes and nightclubs. There's some very cool stuff underground. So it is Friday evening. I am doing my street project in downtown Lviv, and I'm on one of the, I'd say the most popular walking street. I love this street, and let me show you why. So way down at the end there, that is the Opera House. The big fountain is down there as well. The coolest part about this walkway is that it's all shaded because of the trees. So downtown square, Renwick Square, is quite exposed to the sunlight, so a lot of people come here. I think because it's always cloudy in Ukraine, I think the Ukrainians are used to clouds and bad weather, so they come here for the shade. They don't know what to do in the sun. They run from the sun. The coolest thing is these guys here are playing a game of chess, and then across there as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, over here, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got about 15 games of chess going on. So apparently Lviv is sort of the capital city of Ukraine for chess. There is big chess players here, and apparently super good ones too. So a lot of street performers as well. There's a trumpet guy playing down at the end. I guess he's on his break. Across the street there's a guy playing the drums, and then further down here we have a caricature artist, we have a balloon guy, we have a whole bunch of action, and when the sun drops there's 2 or 3 large bands that come out. One sad thing that really bothers me, I know it's a law here in Ukraine, but a lot of these people have lost their homes from the east. They've lost loved ones, they've lost their neighbors to war, and they've come seeking refuge here in the west in Lviv, and they just want to sit in the park and have a beer, but you can be arrested, you can be ticketed, and you can also be sent to the army. So these officers are giving this guy a ticket, and yeah, nice quiet guy just enjoying his beer, enjoying the sun, and he's getting a big fat ticket, even though he's probably lost his house too. Well, that's the problem with the train system, is when one breaks, they all break. I guess they're waiting for some type of machine to remove the first one so they can get the traffic going on the other ones.